Hey, what's up? It's the Fit Gear Hunter here in my home gym of CrossFit Homeward in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Please stop by if you're ever in the area. And up for review today is the Double Under Wonder. We're going to look at the jump ropes as well as talk about a sizing guide and how to, size your own, how these compare to different style of jump ropes, different style of handles. As always, Fit Gear Hunter channel is the Fit Gear Hunter website. Everything is testing and tracking devices for the purpose of CrossFit and high intensity interval training. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing for more. The jump rope is, as we all know, the double under is the arch nemesis of so many of us. So having a good jump rope, having a simple jump rope, and being able to pick up the skill over time is a crucial and fundamental aspect to being able to keep up with any of the open workouts as well as keep up with just workouts in general. And the double under wonder was actually a solution I found by accident, and it was so good I reached out to the company and asked them for a couple more samples just to be able to show you some comparisons because of how much of a difference it made on my double unders. So last year during the pandemic, I had gone through, I was doing double unders on concrete, and I burned through a rope. It snapped the rope, and I went through a series of buying different jump ropes on Amazon, looking up different what's the best jump rope for CrossFit or for double unders, and I couldn't get the skill back. I could not string together double unders to save my life. And so I just thought, well, let's just try one more because I'm in the business of testing devices. And so I bought the double under wonder and tried it out, and within a first few jumps was able to string together a number of double unders. I think I did 30 in the first 10 minutes of just testing and getting used to it. A lot of it is just the simplicity. The double under, the jump rope itself is a fixed length, and it was just based on my height, and everything worked out well there. And we're going to talk in a little bit about the best way to use, to elongate the rope to make sure it fits your body and make sure it fits what you should be starting with. But this made such a huge difference that I just thought, oh my gosh, I've got to tell others about it. It's not by any means the end-all be-all of jump ropes because there's a lot of jump ropes out there, but it is a simple and excellent and affordable solution for anybody wanting to pick up a good jump rope and start working on their double unders. So with that, let's take a look at some of the different types of jump ropes that are out there, but look at the double under handle and specifics in a little bit more depth.
Okay, so we're going to look at a few of the different things just with the double under wonder. So we can obviously see that it's a fixed cable. So it just basically is the basic metal coated rope, and the spindle itself is just a basic spindle that just sort of spins free floating as it's sitting in the fixed canister. We'll look at a couple of other suggestions or other types of jump ropes. The handles themselves, are one version, basically like a medium length handle, simple plastic, and the spin is, it's on a ball bearing. I haven't tested it compared to others. Some of them sort of highlight having like free flowing spinning. If you look at some of the others that are out there, you can custom design your colors, your custom designs, the rope colors, the handle colors, and the design on the handle. So you can do a whole bunch of different options to customize it to make it more personalized and just more fun. It actually is a lot easier to see this jump rope versus all the millions of black jump ropes that are out there and all the different ones that I tested. Now, within all the ones that I tested, the biggest thing about the double under wonder obviously is they fix it in length compared to the height of your body, and we'll look at that in a second as far as what your recommended rope length should be if you're looking just to purchase a rope and cut it yourself. When you look at the thickness of the rope, that's a lot of times what I sort of gauge based on. It's about 0.09 inches thick, which in millimeters is 2.4 millimeters thick. How does that compare to other ropes? It compares almost exactly. So if you look at all the different rope handle types, so this is a different handle type. It slides right in. It's sort of a medium length handle. They have shorter versions. This is where you have this sort of locking mechanism where you have to screw it in tight, and obviously you're going to clip it once you cut it to your length for your body, and then you'll put the cap back on. This sometimes is problematic, so if you don't screw it down tight enough, you can find it giving in a workout. And obviously this one particularly, it's supposed to fit or slide into the handle itself and rotate there. I'm not going to look at exactly the spindle speed, but that's one type of handle. And again, just another generic rope. 2.5, 2.4, same basic thickness. Then you have a different type of handle. This is the basic plastic handle, just another one that I tested. It is super simple in design. It doesn't have the same ball bearing effect, but I find this to be just as easy. Now the handle is, a little bit longer than the traditional handle. If that's something that's comfortable to you, it's obviously going to give you a touch more length. If you slide up the back side of the handle, you're going to get an extra, obviously a couple inches. But this is a super simple design where it just sort of butts right up against the screw that tightens it in place. And then the last type of handle that we'll look at that I have is another type of fixed handle. So this is a larger, thick grip. And obviously it's about a medium length compared to those out there. You have to use sort of a regular, it's almost like a key ring, a small key ring to about tighten it on. This is a heavier weight for practicing a little bit more significantly. So 3.2 millimeters in thickness, and it's a fixed one. So obviously you clip it with that. That's going to give you a little bit of extra distance depending on how you set it. And if we look, so Double Under Wonder is awesome. They sent a heavyweight to be able to gauge that as well. This is just sort of a random color that I got and wasn't particularly picking pink, but again, 3.3. Now, if you compare that in, the actual surface area, it's about 80% thicker than the other. So, you can just sort of guesstimate about 80% heavier. So that you can feel the weight, you can get more comfortable with, knowing where the rope stands, where you can feel the rope, sorry, is what I should have said. But that's a simple thing. Now, if you're using the Double Under Wonder and you have this sort of fixed sized, you actually have to clip it and then thread it through the hole, thread the hole through there, and then use the same screw system that we talked about on the other devices. You just want to make sure it's the same length, and we'll talk about length in a second. So that's the Double Under Wonder. When it's simplicity, I really do feel like the simplicity is great. I do like that it's fixed in place. It's not going to go anywhere. You don't have to worry about a screw coming out over time in your middle of a workout that your rope slides out. This just is going to stay. It is simple, clean. It's the exact type of solution I think makes sense for me. Obviously, as you get better in doing double unders, you want to make sure your rope length might shorten just a bit because you can get faster and you can look at different ropes. But this is it for now. Let's look at the rope sizing.
Okay, so looking at jump rope sizing, this was a fundamental failure on my part because I kept making the rope too short. So the way that I found to properly size it for double unders, you stick 1 foot on the rope itself, and then you bring it up while standing fully upright, and it should hit right at the nipple. So you put 1 foot over it, and it should touch right there. If you're going to use a 2-foot method, you're going to put the rope in both feet, and it should come right to the crest of your armpit. So I have found this to be the most accurate. So 1 foot on it, right there. You got to stand upright because I was hunching over, and so I was making the ropes too short. But that's a simple way that you can, if you are using a rope or you are cutting it and clipping it with wire cutters and trying to size it for your exact size, that's a good place to start. I would always leave about 2 inches on each side so that you can give it some adjustment room. And then as you get better and more proficient, you might shorten it just a little bit so that it's barely covering underneath your feet to increase your speed and efficiency. So with that is the Double Under Wonder. And again, these are super affordable. I think it's $26 for a jump rope. You can mix and match different colors. You can make one handle one color, one handle another color. You can change the design on the handles. You can make the rope a different color, as we saw in the little clip, the little video of the other different version of it. But they are super efficient, super affordable for a good jump rope to get started on. With that, Figure Hunter, thanks so much for watching.